Hi, and welcome to the Saved, Healed, and Made Whole podcast, where holistic health really can be simple, affordable, and attainable for you and your family. I am your host, Kayla J. Esteban. I am a biblical naturopathic doctor at Sozo Holistic Healing, where I work with natural-minded moms to find healing in mind, body, and spirit. So go grab your favorite cup of herbal tea, take a deep, relaxing breath, and we'll get started. All right. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. And since this episode is dropping on Christmas Day, it's going to be a lot more lighthearted and silly than I usually am. And there'll be a little surprise at the end. But because I know today is not really like the healthiest holiday, nor should it be, in my opinion. It's like it's a holiday. Enjoy yourself, let loose a little bit, everything in moderation, of course, like 80-20 rule, pick your 20 for today. And, just don't sweat the small stuff. And so this Christmas episode is not going to be quite as maybe like health focused as usual, but I did just want to start with a little something healthy and not something that's going to make you feel bad about your holiday plans or make you feel guilty in retrospect if you're listening to this after Christmas. But I just wanted to throw out a few suggestions, and if you want to take what you like and apply them when you can, and then just leave the rest up to life and to God. Because the beautiful thing is that, God created us to be able to handle short seasons of our health not being at its best. And as far as like a little bit of holiday weight, the way that I think about it, like bears pack on weight during the winter time, it's like extra warmth and it's extra nutrients and things like that. Like, I wonder if there's just something kind of in our mind or our DNA that kind of like encourages us to eat extra and pack on a little more weight in the holidays. So don't sweat the little things. If you gain 5 pounds here or there, we can always lose it in the springtime when we do our spring detox. But I have made a list with an intention that not everything on this list is about physical health, because health is about your mind and your spirit too. And so this list is kind of a short list of 12 holiday tips. And there's a lot about this time of year that creates poor health besides just the food that we eat. I mean, that's the thing that I think everybody has the most attention on, but it's like we're getting less sunlight and less vitamin D and less fresh air and breathing in maybe more toxins with like scented holiday candles, and our windows are all closed and things like that. And then there's, besides the physical, there's like holiday stress, the financial strain, the difficult relationships with people that you may or may not want to get together with over the holidays. November is politics, and then there's the kind of the political fallout of whether you're happy with the political outcome or not. You probably know somebody that is on the opposite side as you, and that can be a little bit more challenging. And so there's just a lot of different things that can contribute to poor health in this season, besides, flu viruses and stuff going around. So I'm going to stop before I sound like too much a downer, because I do love the holiday season and I do love Christmas. It's one of my favorite holidays. This is the first year that I've been able to do an advent calendar with my kids, since it's the first year that they can, at least the oldest one, can kind of understand a little bit of what's going on and can kind of like hang up the little cross-stitch advent buttons and things like that. So I do love the season, and as a Christian, of course, like I love celebrating Jesus' birth and the season of Advent and the Christmas carols and all these different things. So without any more talking, here is my 12 health tips for the holidays to make the best of it and to do where you can and let go of the rest. So number one is make time to rest when you can. And this is something I've been trying to do, is just to pace myself and to kind of keep tabs on my energy when I'm pushing myself too hard. Number two is always bring water with you to stay hydrated. Good quality water is, to me, like a must. If you have to eat inorganic food or food with preservatives and things like that, you can let a little bit here and there, but water to me is so essential to have good quality. And actually drinking the water and the electrolytes and things like that is really, really important. Number three, eating protein before sugar. And this doesn't have to be like a full meal. I love like little cheese sticks or meat sticks or something like that. Something that I could like give to my kids or take myself before eating sugar or desserts or sweets or anything like that. Number four, avoiding toxic people and conversations as much as possible. Obviously, like, we can't avoid all conflict, and nor should we, because there are some difficult conversations that are important to have. And there are some people that we just can't avoid seeing. Unfortunately, that is just the way that life works. But we can limit as much contact as we have with them. We can really evaluate our conversations, whether they are really worth having or not. Sometimes we really do need to have those firm boundaries around people and the time that we allow ourselves to spend with them. Number five, enjoy your food. Just eat in moderation. Of course, I don't want to be any kind of holistic Grinch to try to tell you that you can't enjoy yourself. So please do. Like I said, everything in moderation. Number six. Oh, actually, before number five. So I do think that of course, there's like physical nutrition, but I think the reason why we eat things like desserts is there's something that just kind of feeds our soul. Like if you've ever had something like really decadent chocolate or something like that, and you eat it and your emotions just go like, like there's just like a something in there that like the sweets like feed our soul. So I'm all for eating carrots and lettuce, but if it's just going to make you sad to only eat that, like, take a little time to find something sweet to feed your spirit also. So anyway, number six, spend money with intention, not just for the sake of buying things that no one really needs. And this is like, as I get older, this pet peeve that I have of like, I don't want to sound ungrateful for gifts that people have given me, but I feel like at the end of the season, I look at some of them and I'm like, I don't want this taking up any space in my home. There are some gifts that I love and I'm so thankful for. And of course, I'm grateful for anybody's generosity, no matter what it is. But there are some gifts that, like, the older I get, and I think the more my space gets cluttered up with like my kids' stuff and things like that, I just want to pare down and I just want to like let go of anything that's not necessary. So I would love to like only buy things that I really need, only buy presents for people that I really want to buy a present for, or like only, do like a secret Santa gift exchange with 10 people and only get one present versus having to buy 10 presents. To me, like, that's so much better and a better use of my money and my time and more manageable on my stress. So number seven, focus on the positive. And this is a big intentional thing that is hard, because I think psychologically we're so trained to look for the negatives, to make sure that we're staying safe, to make sure that nobody's like gonna harm us or something like that. So it can be really a conscious effort to focus on the positive, not to ignore anything negative, but just to be hopeful and to kind of project that hopefulness. Number eight, set boundaries when necessary. Just say no. So this is boundaries with people, boundaries with ourselves, boundaries with our money spending, boundaries with our food, boundaries with how we spend our time, boundaries with how much sleep we get. There are so many things, and boundaries are so important. So don't skimp on the boundaries. Number nine, enjoy quiet moments with the ones you love. Not everything needs to be big and exciting. Our nervous systems have more than one side. We need that exciting moments, and we also really need that downtime. So if we can kind of be mindful of our calendar, space out our events, make sure we have at least like one day a week that's just like a rest, chill day. I mean, that's like a Christian practice to have a Sabbath, but I think it's just a human practice to make time. There's something really nice about once every 7 days that just works really well with our energy. So, and even throughout the day too, like having a rest time, a quiet time, or something. Number 10, make your own treats when you can. I love this. My kids have never had cookies that were not made by me, or pies or anything like that. They've never had ice cream because I've never been able to make it. But they only know my own cooking as far as treats so far. So using healthier swaps like coconut sugar and organic ingredients, or things like agave or date sugar, like they're coming up with so many different kinds of sweeteners that are just better for you than cane sugar. Of course, sugar is sugar, and so it's not like it's healthy sugar, it's just healthier and better. And of course, avoiding like artificial flavors and colors and things like that as much as possible. And this can also be like a great activity, a great bonding moment for you and your kids or your family, making the gingerbread house or something like that, making it from scratch. It can be a really good time if you're willing to put in the effort. Number 11, give with an open heart and accept gifts with gratitude. So I know it can be hard, but to, be willing to open up your heart to give generously, obviously not like throw your money at people, but to really give with an open heart is something that I have learned because I've come from a history of people being very frugal and stingy. And I don't want to do that anymore because I really admire generous people and I see them getting a lot of good things back in their lives. So I don't want to do that anymore. I want to give with an open heart and also accepting gifts with gratitude. Like I was saying, going back to being grateful for a gift, even if we don't like it, is one thing. But also, I think people sometimes have a hard time just accepting gifts. If you've ever experienced when somebody gives you a present and you didn't get one from like for them, and then we get that guilt feeling like, oh no, they gave me something and I don't have something to give back to them. Like it's okay. It's okay to accept a gift from somebody. It's okay to accept a compliment from somebody without immediately giving one back. It's okay to be loved without needing to instantly, like, there's no debt. There's no like something that you have to give back all of a sudden. It's really okay to just accept something and be grateful and leave it at that. And number 12, don't sweat the small stuff. Holidays were meant to be enjoyed. And this is kind of the capper of all of these things, just giving up a little bit of control, loosening the slack, like we had Thanksgiving and, there were certain things that I don't usually let them eat, but I was like, okay, you can have one bite or you can have this little piece. And like, is it going to kill them? No. Is it what I normally serve them at home? No. But like, it's fine. It's fine just to have a bite or two or three. It's fine. Like, we'll just let it go. There's no reason, like, there are so many bigger things to be worrying about than counting the teeny tiny little things. And, holidays were meant to be enjoyed. And then the last thing that we're going to do, just to end on a silly note, is I came up with this last year. I called it the 12 Crunchy Days of Christmas. And if you're on my email list and might sound familiar, you might have seen that as an email last year. And I just thought it would be fun to share this year. Since it's a podcast, you will actually get to hear me sing it. And this is probably the only time that you'll hear me sing that I'm planning on for this podcast. But I just thought it'd be a fun way to celebrate Christmas and just to be silly and have a good time and not make too much of a deal out of it, like what I said with my 12th tip. So I'm not going to sing the entire song, obviously, because with each verse, there's just too much repetition. So I'm just going to start with the 12th day. Okay, and sing it with me too, if you'd like. So, on the 12th crunchy day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 free-range eggs, 11 acupuncture needles, 10 Wi-Fi blockers, 9 herbal teas, 8 essential oils, 7 ice baths, 6 sourdough loaves, 5 golden milk teas, 4 ozone bubblers, 3 raw milk jugs, 2 barefoot shoes, and an organic Christmas tree. So I would love to hear from you. If you are listening to this on YouTube, you can always leave a comment to share what your true love would give you for a very crunchy Christmas. Or if you're listening to this from my website, you can always shoot me an email. The contact information is going to be in the show notes. And I hope you have a very blessed rest of the holiday season and a really great new year. I personally am really looking forward to 2025, so I hope it's a good one.